here talking with two new hosts of a morning show that's launching Monday on Z103. It's Joey and Lauren Jenkins. We're glad to be talking with them today. Hey, guys.
Hey.
Brad, it's good to talk to you. It really is. We're excited to be here.
Thank you.
Yeah. And an exciting time for you guys to be launching this morning show Monday morning, 6 a.m.
Yeah, 6 a.m. So caffeine is obviously necessary for us, but no, it's really exciting. The most excited person about this was my mom, who grew up in Idaho Falls. She is a Skyline grad. And when I told her, I said, Mom, we're the new morning show on Z103. She's like, oh my gosh, I gotta tell all my friends. So my Idaho Falls mom and Skyline grad mom is like super, super excited. And so are we. So
and we need to mention you guys are actually married. You're a couple.
Yes. We are. Yes. So we're
for now,
married.
just kidding.
We're happy now. No, we actually grew up together. So we met when we were 14 years old, and so we've known each other more than half our lives. And so there's been a lot of adjustment of just getting to know each other through every phase of life and doing life together. And we've been married 11 years.
Yeah.
And we have two children. We have two young boys, ages 3 and 10 months. So our life is busy and crazy.
Yeah.
That's great. Fun.
Yeah.
Now, I want to get into like what your show's going to be about and all that, but I did want to ask you, how is it working together as a married couple?
We get that
great question
so much. I think really for us, what's really good is because we know each other so well and we've been together for a long time, we really know how to work with each other. It's been a lot of years figuring it out. But we have our own hobbies, right? We do
golf
together.
Yeah,
yep.
I golf a lot. So what's nice is when you work together, like, before when we did, because we haven't always been in radio together. I did radio for a long time before Lauren, and we launched a show. But it's nice because we can go do our own thing because we see each other all morning. But it's great. Like, I wish I could be like, oh, it's been tough, but we really enjoy spending time together. Like, the goal, in my opinion, is whoever you marry or you want to spend the rest of forever with, you hope that that's somebody that you enjoy spending time with all the time. And so I think what's been nice is we've really enjoyed it. And where it helps, I think, in the show is the chemistry, right? Everyone will talk about any good morning show, any good radio show. It's all about chemistry. And since we went to high school together, we were best friends before we ever dated. And when I say best friends, I was like Mr. Friendzone. I would literally be at Lauren's family's house while she was on dates with other guys, and I would like hang out with her family. So that chemistry's there, and that's what's really fun is I think we sound like, hopefully we are, which is two best friends that happen to work together.
Yeah. And we do. We have our separate hobbies, so it's fun because we can work together and parent together and do all these things. And he's going to go golfing and I'm going to go out with my friends and do whatever. And we kind of have that balance to where, I'm sure anybody could imagine being with the same person 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. After a while, you're like, okay, you can go do something, so it's kind of a balance.
So I would imagine with a lot of couples who do this, I would imagine there's a lot of back and forth banter on air. Lauren, do you give Joey a hard time a lot?
Yeah, I would say that's very correct. A good assumption for sure.
Yeah, so I would say that's going to be big when you hear us for the first time. You're going to hear two people that I will say, while we give each other a hard time, we like to mess with each other. The thing that we always hope that comes around is just like good friends. While we tease each other, may have a good time, there's that love and respect in the back. So I don't know. I think our show, while we tease each other, we prod each other, I think it's all in good spirits, and we hope that we never come across as crash to each other, because that's just not who we are. But
truly our show, like, we are just having fun, and that's what it is we are your best friends in the morning. You wake up listening to us, and really it just feels like we're all together hanging out, having fun. And that's really what our show is about, is just kind of nothing controversial, nothing crazy heavy or anything like that, just fun.
Yeah, we it's a big value that we have is that the world is crazy. We understand that there's a lot of heavy stuff that people deal with all the time. I always compare it to, imagine like when you get home, you turn on Netflix and you want to watch The Office or Parks and Rec or Seinfeld or Friends. People go to those shows because they don't. It's a release. It's relaxing. They can unwind, and that is our goal. So our show, we don't cover controversial topics. We don't really cover hard-hitting news. We want that when you listen in the morning, however you listen, whether you're on your way to drop off your kids at school, on your way to work, wherever, just driving around, that you can feel released and you don't have to worry about the hard things in life, because life is hard enough. If you're working a job that you don't love, if you got a lot of stress with your family life or whatever, we hope that we can be a release. So,
laughter, right?
Yeah.
Laughter is so healthy. And so, I mean, we hope that when you listen, you're laughing, because that's kind of what we're doing. We're laughing.
Don't
right?
take this too seriously.
Yeah.
We never mean to offend anyone, and we're not but truly, like, we just, yes, we're joking, we're lighthearted. I would say the other value, Rhett, that people will learn about our show is our goal. While we're not perfect, and we hope that, you know, we can always be met with grace, and people can give us a shot, but our goal is that the whole family can listen all the time. I grew up listening to morning shows with my dad in the car, and I remember those awkward moments where we're like, whoa, you know, and like dad had to change the channel or turn it down. Our goal is that we want to truly be fun and funny for the entire family, so that when you're with your kids or whoever, no matter the age, that you can all listen, and we try our best to do that. So,
and I would say too, a good way to describe is relatable, fun, right? Because we're going through life just like everyone listening is going through life, and we bring that to our show. And we like to say, turn us on, leave us on. So like, you can turn on the show and leave it on without worrying about, you know, us saying something crazy that you don't want your kids to hear or something like that. So,
which of you have been in radio the longest?
I have, but Lauren's better at it. And I'm not joking. Like, Lauren's the real star. You will learn that very quickly. You will learn that just because my name is first, and just because I've been in radio longer, Lauren is, she is like just so authentic and real. But yeah, so I was in radio for a long time. And what's cool about our show is it was not our idea to launch this show. It was actually people that manage companies and are much smarter than we are. But I was in sports radio for a long, long time. They wanted to start a morning show, and they said, you know, Joey, you talk about your wife a lot. We've met her at different things. We think you would be a great pair, and it's worked. So yeah. So
yeah, I'm interested in hearing both of your stories as far as how you got interested in radio. So Joey, let me start with you. Like, how old were you when radio became this thing you were enamored with? You know, how did
I was 11. I was a nerdy kid I've known what I've wanted to do since I was a little kid. I was obsessed with radio. I was obsessed with just broadcasting in general. So this was my dream forever. And I actually got my first radio job at a job fair. Yes, college job fairs. You can get jobs from that. It's not just people with tables and booths. So I did that, and I did sports for a long time. But what was interesting is I wasn't very good at sports radio, right? I wasn't. Because I'm more of a lighthearted fun, and sports sometimes can get serious, and it's arguing and back and forth. And so I did radio for a long time. But family and relationships has always been big to me. So even in my sports radio career, I talk about life with Lauren, and we talk about funny things that happen at our home, and, just awkward moments and things like that. And so they wanted to try something new, and they wanted to go outside the box. And so they said, do you think Lauren would want to do a show with you? And I called Lauren. I was at the office, and I said, they want to do a show with you. And Lauren said, no. And you can take it over after that.
Because, you'll learn quickly too that Joey, I mean, we love to tease, right? We just like to have fun. And so I thought he was joking. I was like, no, what are you talking about? Right. And he goes, no, I'm serious. They were talking about this. And I was like, well, hold up. So I met with, some people who kind of birthed this idea for our show. And I really wanted to sit down and get their thoughts, because I'm like, I'm not experienced in radio. I've never done this before. You've never even heard me. And they're like, we know it can work. And so I was like, okay. And so I left my job that I was at, and we kind of jumped in feet first and decided we were going to try it out. And our show, we've had a lot of fun, and we've done really well, and we have been well accepted. And it's been just an amazing blessing in our life, but also just fun to be together and connecting with people and in the community and doing so many different things. It's just meant a lot to us. So that's kind of the story. And we, that was about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a while, but it was a shock to both of us. It was not a plan that we came up with.
No, and it wasn't some idea of like, I just want to work with my spouse. And like, that's what's cool is when we launched, honestly, I think we just thought we'd have a fun time. I don't think we thought it would kind of take off the way it has. And we call it the Joey and Lauren family. So truly, like, we don't view, we do a show to a bunch of listeners and they're nameless and they're faceless and they just listen. We are family, and our goal is to have the most fun, awesome family that we can. And so
we like to connect with everyone, you know, whether it is through our show and making connections, or through our social media channels, making connections there too with people who wake up with us in the morning, truly.
So what, first of all, the time for this is going to be 6 to 10 on Z103. Is that right?
Yep. Weekday mornings. Yep.
Monday through Friday. As far as what listeners can expect, what's it going to be like if people tune in?
Well, hopefully what happens when people tune in is you can laugh with us, enjoy your morning. We have a lot of fun, like we've already mentioned, and we have some segments that, you know, a lot of people love, makeup or breakup and that awkward moment. And Joey does a prank phone call called the Phone Jenks, which is really fun. But we really just are having fun. We're talking about our life. We're talking about experiences. We're talking about funny things. We're just talking about trending stuff, you know, things that can get your mind off of, I don't know, the busyness of life, maybe the stresses of life. And kind of back to what we were saying about, we want, when people listen, we want them to just feel happy and kind of get rid of whatever stress you're holding on to, right?
So like, we'll argue about something, and when you hear we'll debate about something, we'll debate about what's better, pudding or yogurt, right? That'll be, so on Mondays, when you listen on Monday morning, you're going to hear something called the Monday debate, which is a big argument. But you think of debates now, and debates around society are serious things and political things. We will debate what's better.
How do you put your socks on?
You
put your pants on before your socks, you put socks on it, you know.
So we do that. We talk to people about their dating life. We call that makeup or breakup. We have a segment called That Awkward Moment. And literally, if you've had a really awkward story in your life, you know, you had something awkward happen to you at work or whatever, you call us, we set it all up, we schedule it, and you tell us what happened, because we just want to laugh. We just want to have fun. And then trending things, you know, it was like last summer, when people started putting mustard on watermelon, we look at that and we say, we're going to do that on the show. And so we'll buy a watermelon, we'll buy mustard, and we'll try it. You know, all those things that maybe you see on the internet that you're like, did you see that guy in New York did this with his food? We'll try it. And so, it's a mix of, you know, pop culture stuff, but we don't do a lot of celebrity stuff. We're not obsessed with the Kardashians or anything like that, because we realize, like, we're normal people. And if I'm not obsessed with the Kardashians, then I'm not going to pretend that I'm obsessed with the Kardashians, if that makes sense. So yeah.
So just fun topics. Honestly, we just kind of open it up and we talk and we laugh.
Pleasure to talk with both of you. Anything else you want to add?
I would just say, like, we're from Idaho. We love being in Idaho, and Idahoans, our family's from Idaho. And so it just means a lot that Z103 would have us be their morning show. And we are so excited.
Yeah, no, it's going to be fun. I mean, Lauren's brother goes to school in Rexburg, so he's excited. We're excited. I think what's exciting is, and I say this to everyone, give us a shot. We know that anytime there's something new in your routine, you're like, oh, well, this is different.
Change is
hard. We will be different.
Change is hard.
And we're not trying to replace anyone or anything. What we're trying to do is we're trying to have fun, and I always say, give us a week. Listen for the whole week. And you get to try us out. And I think too is just know that everything we do, we're trying to entertain. We are just trying to make you laugh and have fun. We have good intentions with everything we do. We're trying to have a good time. And thank you and everyone for welcoming us. We know that it's like,
we feel it.
You know, we feel it, and we feel the love. And Z103 is such a big part of the community. And so we're just, anytime we're given this opportunity, we don't take it lightly. And so we really want to be a part of everyone's lives. And we hope that you welcome. We're kind of that weird, you know, when you go to the family reunion and there's like the weird aunt and uncle, and you're like, yeah, that's us. So, but you know, yeah. So we're just grateful. We're really, really excited, and we feel so blessed to have this opportunity.